Have you already caught yourself trying to change your life, but always ending in the same place? Perhaps it is because they have taught you that great changes require great sacrifices. But here's a truth that few people tell you. The changes that really turn your life come from small habits, not great efforts. Yes, you don't have to turn your routine upside down or go through a radical transformation overnight. And the best of all, these habits are simple, easy to start, and can lead to surprising results. If you think you are always tired, stressed, and with a full mind, it is because you may be trying to do everything at once. But here is a tip that seems contraindicative. Less is more. And believe me, breathing the right way, moving your body subtly, and organizing your goals intelligently can completely change the way you deal with your daily life. And no, it's not something that will take you hours of your time or demand a superhuman force. Want to know how? I will show you 5 habits that, if put into practice, will transform the way you think, act, and even how you make money. Curious? Let's go to this. Changing your life is not about intensity. True change does not come from intensity, but from constancy. While films like Rocky inspire us with epic transformations in a short time, the reality is quite different. The secret is to practice change through small habits. This means that instead of waiting for a great moment of transformation, it is much more effective to focus on small daily actions. Imagine someone who decides to read only 1 page of a book every day. At the end of a year, it will have read 365 pages without any excessive effort. The sustainability of a change is what ensures long-term success. If someone starts running 10 kilometers every day at once, there's a good chance of giving up after a week. But if it starts with 1 kilometer, gradually adjusting the routine, you will see that the results arise gradually and solidly with less mental effort. Thus, dealing with tasks at once and adjusting the pace of life are actions that preserve focus and mental health. The focus is not on the intensity of a change, but in the constant repetition of small acts. Think about it as a breathing to increase attention. It is a subtle exercise, but with deep effects when performed regularly. The transformation does not happen overnight, but gradually dividing the tasks and accumulating small daily victories, you come where you really want. The next step is to understand how to deal with small tasks efficiently. One-touch habit. Do you know that thing we always leave for later? Answer an email or wash the cup of coffee. Yeah, if you take less than 2 minutes, do it on time. It sounds silly, but this prevents small tasks from accumulating and ending up becoming a mountain. It is like organizing your life on autopilot without even realizing it. Deep down, you will feel lighter and free to focus on what really matters. Now, think to me. How many times have you been by postponing something super simple and then your head full of thinking you need to do? Doing these little things at the time helps you share the day's tasks without having a gigantic mental effort. Do you know that good feeling to scratch something from the list? Yeah, it comes much faster with the one touch. And in the end, you have more time for what you really want to do without brooding on those boring tasks. Best of all, it makes you more energy for what is really worth it, how to make money or invest in something bigger. When you are not rolling with small pending issues, there is a mental space for more creative and challenging things. So the rule is simple. You can solve it quickly, do it on time, and move on. Let's take a deep breath and organize everything more fluidly. Breathing exercise. When the head looks full of fog, nothing better than a good breath. But it's not any breath. It's that simple technique that involves 2 short inspirations and a long expiration. In addition to being easy to do anywhere, it helps improve focus and relieve stress. You can do this at work before a meeting, or even while waiting for the microwave to finish heat the food. This is breathing to increase attention. This breathing exercise is like giving a reset to the mind. He brings back that clarity that seemed lost and over time helps you deal better with the rush of everyday life. Do you know that feeling of having a blurred mind, unable to focus on anything? Well, this technique is the perfect antidote for this. It's like dividing mental tasks and cleaning the mist gradually. You will see that, with less mental effort, everything flows better. Practicing this breathing not only improves focus, but also prepares your mind for larger challenges. Everyday life often throws us so many things that seems impossible to keep calm. But with something simple like breathing the right way, you bring your mind back to the present with renewed energy to keep making money and facing the challenges ahead. So whenever chaos knocks on the door, remember to breathe deeply and move on. Avoid superstimulation. Nowadays, it seems that our brain is always overwhelmed. We skip video, rolls the feed of social networks without stopping, and at the end of the day, the mind is exhausted. This is what we call superstimulation, and the problem is that this excess information drains our energy. To recharge, the trick is simple. You need moments of boredom. Yes, exactly. Allowing your mind to have pauses without stimuli is essential to maintaining balance. These moments of boredom are like a detox for the brain. When you stay away from the screens for a while, your brain can finally reorganize and be productive again. It can be something as simple as walking without your phone or just sitting, watching the street. This mental space is what allows you to think more clearly and better deal with the demands of the day. And of course, dividing the tasks between moments of focus and rest ensures that you spend less mental effort throughout the day. Superstimulation exhausts you without you realizing it, and this directly affects your ability to make good decisions and, of course, make money. Giving this pause to the brain, recharging makes all the difference in its energy level and attention. So, whenever possible, turn off the notifications, close the unnecessary tabs, and allow yourself to have moments of nothing. Believe me, this will help you be more clear in the next steps. Governing division. When you have a big goal, it may seem difficult to start, but there is a trick. Divide this goal into smaller parts. It makes it much easier. For example, if you want to save money, you can start by cutting small spending, like that extra snack. Then set a value per month to store. With this, each step is easier and you do not feel overwhelmed. This helps you stay firm without being discouraged. Another tip is always to celebrate the small victories. When you divide the goals, each completed part is already a success. For example, if your goal is to study for proof, divide the study into smaller parts, such as learning a chapter a day. With each chapter studied, you feel more confident and move on, so it gets lighter and you gain power to follow. Dividing goals into smaller steps also helps you focus on what you are doing now without worrying about the whole. Imagine that you want to learn to play an instrument. Start with a simple song and advance, one step at a time, and when you realize you'll have done a lot, this avoids getting overloaded and keeps your mind focused. Now that we know how to manage goals, let's pay attention to the next key element for well-being: movement. Move more. Moving the body is much more important than it seems. I am not talking about intense exercises, but of small actions throughout the day. Rising from the chair, walking a little, or just standing already make a big difference. These small movements help improve their mental clarity and energy, as well as relieve the feeling of tiredness that appears after spending a long time still. It's like giving a refreshing brain. Here is a practical tip. If you work sitting all day, put an alarm on your phone to remind you to get up every 30 minutes. It can be just to get a glass of water or a quick walk around the house. Another idea is to climb stairs instead of using the elevator. Movements like this, even if small, already make the body and mind work better, so you feel less mental effort and get more focus on what you have to do. Incorporating these active breaks into your daily life helps you keep your energy up and even make money, because you will be more willing to deal with your tasks. Small movements make your mind clearer, helping you think better and make decisions with more confidence. So whenever you can, move a little and see how it improves your focus and disposition. Now that you know these 5 habits, the question that remains is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Will it continue to live in the automatic, letting stress and mental overload command your days? Or will you start applying these simple habits that can gradually change your life? The choice is yours, but one thing is certain. If you want different results, you need to act differently. Start small, one habit at a time. Perhaps a breathing technique here, a short walk there, or perhaps sharing that giant goal into smaller pieces. The important thing is to take the first step. And of course, if you want to keep learning to improve your life and make money intelligently, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications.
Поїхали.
Thus, you do not lose any valuable tip to follow this journey of transformation. So, what are you going to do today to start your change? Power is in your hands.